Hi, welcome back to my channel. Hey bro, English. I think it's almost 2 weeks we were not able to produce a new video. But if you're not watching the previous video, please do and watch. I think last time I stopped with foundation model. With what is the foundation? What I explain. What is explained? What is machine learning? I explain what is deep learning and what is different generative AI. Okay, let's continue from where I left off from the previously. Today we will talk about important thing about something called a lightly touch upon the prompt engineering part and also touch upon what are tokens and how actually the communication happens when you chat in ChatGPT or everything, what is happened, how the token is calculated. So this is helpful for you to talk with the foundation model better and the ChatGPT. Also explain about what is temperature, how to do temperature setting so that you can output can be customized how you want it actually. Okay, how to temperature settings I'll explain at the top P and top a few parameter. For example, say if you want to driving a car, say it's not a fully not an automated car, let's say it's a manual you are driving, so you should know when to change the gear and when should be first gear, when to move second gear, what at what speed. If it's a 40 kilometer, you should be in fourth gear, and if you're going with highway with almost 120 kilometer, you should be in fifth gear. So those kind of things I will teach you today. Okay, how to use. For this video, we'll do the short video with covering about the tokens, how it actually we talk to one, and we'll also show the practical example of prompt engineering, few tip and tricks that will help you to do the better job. Okay, we'll do that way. Fine. So welcome back. Without further ado, let's start it. So last time, yesterday about the basics about I explained what is generative and discriminative model. So let's skip that and let's start with this simple. Okay. So now, what actually in the behind the scenes, what happens when you prompt, right? When you prompt, what is happening behind the scenes? Okay. So when you prompt, and ask the questions is actually convert to the tokens. Okay, convert to the tokens first. Then tokens will send to the model. Now, if you ask me what is tokens, just wait a minute. The model will again generate output again in tokens only. Then you get the response. Remember, this LLM models are token next token predictor, and it would keep generating the next token continuously. Okay. So okay, the prompt, whatever English is split into tokens, token is sent back to the model, and model will give the tokens and give the response. Now these tokens are how to calculate. This is the basic unit of the LLM that will be charged. If you do any program, if you connect to any OpenAI, any model, you have to program, so that the cost is based on your number of tokens, not dependent number of your text what you pass and everything, because of how much tokens you are using. Because each token does a lot of computation behind the scenes. Going further, I will teach you also how transformer works at very high level. You can see one token to calculate the next token, how much competition it has to do. That is why they will charge based on token, not because they want to make money everything, because a lot of competition has to happen to predict the next token. A lot of matrix multiplication has to happen with billions of parameters. That is the reason. Okay, we'll talk about that, but understand now. You do your prompt, it will go to the token, convert to the tokens, and then it's sent to the model. And you'll get back again in tokens only. But tokens, nobody can realize what is the tokens. That's why we convert back to the natural language or English language or whatever the language was talked about. Okay. Now let's see. I think I would have told, but let me read it again. So one token is nothing but 4 characters in English. Okay, just assume this much. What is a token? One token is approximately 4 characters in English. Okay, means ENGL character. 100 token is approximately 75 words. But we always talk with 2K tokens or 2K context window or 128 context window. If you teach ChatGPT 4.0, they will tell us 128 context window. Meaning what? Means one with a context window is that means tokens we can at a time you can give it to the ChatGPT. Okay, for so 1500 months equal 2K tokens. Now you do the math. So if you have 128K token, that means you can have how many words actually. Okay, you can calculate that way. So this is how we do the tokenization actually. If you want to understand how the token works, you can go back to ChatGPT. Okay, we have OpenAI token. Okay, tokenizer. So we have calculation is there. The OpenAI tokenizer is there. I think it's a calculator. Okay, so this is the one. So if you see here, OpenAI tokenizer, whatever you type, so welcome to AI Bro English. This English channel. Now if you see, you can see there are 6 tokens here. So how it is got split? Can you see here? Welcome is 1 token, space and 2 is 1 token, space and AI, space and bro is 1 token, English 1 token, channel is 1 token. So this is how it works. Now if you see the example, this is how it works. This is the IDs. So this is the ID. So it's a unique ID. That means this is nothing but a vocabulary which map to welcome. So irrespective of the welcome channel, so what I will do one more welcome I will do. Now, okay. Now if you see the token ID, see this welcome and this welcome. The slightly difference because there is a full stop and full stop and the welcome. I think it didn't take the token ID. Ideally, it should be same. Let me see why it is not giving. Maybe because I've given a different name one, right? So what I will do, welcome. So welcome. We'll do like this. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, welcome back to my channel. We'll do this way and full stop. Now let's see 14 tokens token ID. Now if you see the 1302 can you see here? Can you see here 17032? So that's it. That means the both are mapping to welcome. Okay, so channel also is same. See 13 full stop is 13. 2103 is that channel. So that's how it will map. So how it is actually map? The person who designed this LLM, right? You will first do the vocabulary mapping. Okay, vocabulary mapping. Let's say just a small character A. So it's, let's see the token ID 64C A. So I will do A, B, C, D. Okay, see 64, 277, 74C. Yes, mapped every character actually and every word. So it will be 32K vocabulary, 64K vocabulary. You decide while designing the person GPT, OpenAI decided the vocabulary so that it will map the token. Whatever you have given a text, it will map to the token. So that is called tokens. Okay, understand this. This is very, very important to understand token. So this is what approximately it is naming. Okay, this is about a token one. The same example about some of this I submit. I just given an example how we can do is dot n. See if you see here, dot n is a one token actually. The full stop n is taken as a one token. XT is taken as a token. So NXT, XT has taken one token. Remember, okay? You can see how it actually itself is a one token. This depends upon the how they decide. For example, here cutting edge, cutting dash edge. So dash edge itself is a separate token here. Comma is separate token, understood, and real dash word is a separate token. So it is about how they vocabulary is done. No, sorry, you want to remember. So with that, this is an example as already I showed you. Let's skip this slide. Now prompt engineering, see this is very, very important. You heard about prompt engineering. See, if you want to talk with AI, right? If you want to speak to AI, there is something called prompt. Let me tell you why do you need a prompt engineering. I have told you this has been trained with a vast amount of data, correct? So for example, let's say you are a student. Okay, you are a student, or let me call school student or a college students. You have an exam. Okay, to exam is that. So how the exam is per day per subject, right? Probably Monday will be in English, Tuesday maths, like that. It's correct, right? This will be per day. So you have 5 subjects. You have 5 exam every day, each exam. So assume today is Sunday, and tomorrow is Monday, and today I have a maths exam. So what you will do? Do you go to study English? Do you study any Kannada or English language? Do you study any other science? No, right? You will concentrate on the mathematics only. Although you know all the 5, you would have revised. You know all the 5 subjects, but still you only concentrate on tomorrow's exam. Nobody will study science if tomorrow is a maths. Correct? Exactly the same way. So you need to tell the model that, hey, tomorrow is the English exam, so only concentrate on the English. Okay, you know, tell that actually. So that is why the prompt engineering comes as well. Let's take an example. I think this slide is right, but I will give a better example I will give you, which I did the same in Kannada. Let me go back my downloads. Today I took the prompt engineering actually. This one, let me maximize this. So let's give the same example now. So you have to give a role. Role means what? Tomorrow is my English exam. Okay. So what I'm giving a role is your experienced text author for the web text. So that means it will reduce all your mathematics and everything, all you're getting removed. Okay, so you are telling the LLM, don't concentrate on this vast amount of knowledge, concentrate on the one area of this one, so that your hallucination can be reduced. It's the one way of hallucination. Okay, you give the role correctly. You have telling one thing. Okay, that is the fun thing. Next, you get task. What you have to do? Your task is to create a blog post. So I'm currently concentrating on creating a blog post. Fine, task is ready. So I know the role, your experience, you are always should tell your experience software engineer, your experience a programmer, your experience architect, you want experience site reliability engineer. Please always give this first while prompting going forward. Don't just type, okay, write me a Python code or write me a, no, don't do that way. First, you tell you are a what? Give a role, character. First, you give a character role. Are you a hero or a heroine or a villain? Give the role first. Okay, first give the role. Then define the task. Like create a blog post. Fine. Then now you have to give the context now. Creating a blog post is fine. Where? So clearly tell what is the topic. See, I'm family books, family books a beach holiday. Okay, there is a topic. The blog post should be on a books a beach holiday, and who are targeting, that is very very important. Families with school children. If you're targeting general everything, you don't need to put a target. Again, it's optional. But I'm very specific here so that I'm not to targeting the people, particular group of families with school. In example, if you contrast with the same example with your college examination or school examination, right? On English topic, concentrate on chapter 5, 6, 7 because the exam is only 5, 6, 7. You don't have to read entire book. Okay, so I'm telling that targeting only 5, 6, 7 chapter so that your LLM will only concentrate and ignore everything. See how we are helping the AI, how we are making AI to only concentrate the one part of code so that output will be as accurate as possible. That is the whole idea. Okay, instead of simply typing, normally if you ask any novice person what they will do, they'll tell write a blog post on a family family books a beach in already considering a target of families and school children. That's not the right way. You split one by one given task. That is fine. What format do you want? What format? It's optional again. If you give a format, it's well and good. So that whatever in your mind it will comes up. So I want length 500 words as a respects H2 headlines, bullet points, bullet types, 12, whatever I want loose and dull. Only this I use. If you want to give a freedom, AI will do. There is nothing wrong. Okay, if you want accurately what you expected answer should be same as what AI is given, you should follow the particular format. Okay, then give an example, few short example. That's again optional. It is better to give example so that it will follow your whatever you wanted. For example, say you should think about this when book your family beach holiday. So like that you can give multiple example if you want. That again is optional. Okay, that is called few shot programming. We got a few shot example. We call this zero shot means you're not giving any example. It's called zero shot. Remember, we call it zero shot. Now first you want to think. So if it is a few shot means you are giving one couple of 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot. Okay, there are we call it few shot programming. So you follow this and see your output will be less hallucinate and as accurate as possible. You can try this out. Try this format. Okay, don't try to give a role, give a task, give a context, give a format and see. Remember, next time if you ChatGPT if you're using, what you have to do? URI, give the role. Don't forget that. Then slowly give the task, give the context, give the format, and give a support. Follow this. That's enough if you want to become a pod. You don't have to read so many things of prompt engineering. There are multiple, but follow this. You'll see the output for yourself. Okay. This is about prompt engineering I want to talk about. There's something also prompt engineering about another thing like this is another example actually where I'm giving instruction, write a Python function, I'm giving a context, what is the context, I'm giving the input, how the feels like and everything, also giving output indicator, what is it about. So it's like giving a each and step everything is a simple writing, write a Python function where it gives a feels like or give an example directly. Okay, so that might be the formula might get to instead of 70%, you might get 60% actually because I'm expecting 70, so I'm giving an input parameter also here. Okay, this is one example. Similar to that, where a role you would give if you want to do something like this way. Okay, and also I'm telling the output what is what, how output will be. Okay, and also I'm telling please include comments for clarity. Normally it won't comment. So give each instruction very well. Fine. Now this is the another important thing we need to concentrate. We don't need to concentrate on all this one. Let's concentrate which is required. Okay, let's concentrate what is required actually. So your maximum tokens is nothing but how much output token you want. Remember, you already know what is a token now. Correct? Remember, there is a 4 words, approximately 4 words equal to 1 token. To the 2K tokens will be 1500 words. So how much you want the output, you can limit. This is very important if you do programming because every token get charged. If you are if you are an engineer or if you're writing a RAG application or any application you are going to write, if you don't know RAG, it's fine. We'll continue in the next video. So you need to think about how much token to generate. Otherwise, it will cost. If it doesn't give anything default, you will get charged at the end of the day. Your customer gets billed. Okay, there is a maximum token how much you want to generate. Okay, the temperature is very important here. The temperature is very very important. This is actually a creativity control. So if you're going to write a poem, right, you make the temperature as much order. Now, what is the temperature now? You might ask a question. See, what happened is the next token is predict. How will you predict the next token? Okay, it will get a lot of sample. Basically, if you see in this example, right, So you will get studio, office, table, and laptop. This is a probability actually. This is a probability of this one. Okay, we are getting 0.02 of laptop to select the next token. Next token, should I generate table? Should I generate a office? Should I generate a laptop? Should I generate a studio? So Tipak, so if you make a temperature 0, it will take the highest probability, that is 0.5. That is, your output will be table, not the office. Okay, it will be table. So when you create a RAG application, mean chat with your data. If you have something like official data where you create a RAG, then you need accurate answer. You don't want any creativity, right? But however, if you want to write a poem, then you need some creativity. So sometimes it will be table is also fine, sometimes it will office also fine. Okay, then you change the temperature. Remember, by default it will be 0.8 or 0.6. Remember, then if you go directly with ChatGPT, you don't have a control. I will show you in Gemini AI Studio where we have control. I will show you practically. Just understand what the temperature is very, very important. If you go with the RAG, you always set to 0 for more accurate results. Okay, there is a one. Now the question is, what is top key and top K? See, top P, let's skip it for because if using temperature, no need to use top P. You can skip it. So temperature, yes, okay, it is all the we'll use the temperature. Let's go to top K part. Top K is important the number of sampling to take. Okay, so if it's a 128 context window, or if you suppose if LLM has that much of context window, so all the vector, right? What are the next of the entire thing? It will give me the probability. Okay, like this studio, office, roof, and everything. Okay, now top 3 means take the top 3 percentage matches to produce the next token. So we have a window now. Instead of looking everything, right? Instead of looking all candidate to choose, because set of candidate to choose, I want to choose between just 3. Between 3, it's okay to randomize between 3. Okay, let's say temperature is 0.8. It's okay for me to pick any of these 3 is fine for me. Either studio or office or roof is fine for me, but not chair, table, and laptop. So that is the one thing. That's why we will talk. You will understand more when I explain RAG. For now, you only require is temperature to understand. My maximum is fine. Even if you don't understand what is top K, is perfectly fine, because when you talk about RAG, you will understand more what is top K. Okay, for now top K doesn't matter because you know going to change that value now while doing a chatting there with data. So for now you can ignore. It's fine if you won't understand, it's also perfectly fine, but please understand what is the temperature is. That's pretty much important, and maximum tokens. Okay, with that I won't explain too much of top K because once we get into the RAG, we'll get into it. And the frequency penalty and the stop sequence, present penalty, all comes in when you do a RAG. It's important, not now. Okay. Now let's see, for example, okay, this is the Azure, that's fine. This is our different one. So let's quickly show the demo so that you can understand what is it. So I'll go to Google Gemini AI Studio. The only reason I have the option to select. Okay, the only reason I'm going with the option to select this temperature. See, can you see here the temperature? Okay, that's fine. Okay, temperature. This is the temperature. Temperature is 2 to 0. The creativity. So if you give 0, it won't do much creativity. Okay, by default it will be 1.8 or 0.6 or 0.1. Okay, but ChatGPT don't have a counter, that's why I'm going 1. And see the token count here. That is 1 million token count. I can take this and it will set the model of this. So if I see can you see the cost here? If you use this, can you see input cost and output cost? So based on the token. That's why it's everything what you type it push in the token, you'll be charged. For less than 200k token, they're charging you $1.25 and output token $10. Okay, the pricing, API pricing. See, this is what. But now it's free here, but if you use API, if you programmatically. Okay, remember. So temperature is very important. Please play around with this. Is very, very important. Make it 0 if you want to trigger, go to 1. This is a 1. Next, come back here. I want to go about the next thing I want to show, but the top P is the probability. The top P also we can ignore for now. We don't require this one. But remember the temperature one. Careful look of the output, this token, output token. I'm talking about the output token. Correct, see output token is going to this much. So I can restrict to put in 200. Say I will show you what will happen. If I put a 200 and I tell, okay, write a essay, write a essay on say for trill. The second example. Now you see it won't go beyond 200 tokens. It will stop. It might stop actually. Okay, let's see. So it will stop. Okay, another thing is thinking and explaining happening. We'll talk about that actually. I could have used another report. We don't need to do thinking here because doing a part is something called agentic action. We'll talk about the agent later. Okay, so I think anyway it is still refining the focus. Now what I will do, the same thing, I will change the model. I'll open a new chat. I don't want this. Instead of thinking, I'll just use the flash. I think this flash should be fine. The Gemini 2 or this is fine. Let's do 3.1 billion parameter. This is fine. Let's use a small billion parameter so that I can play around easily. I don't have to pay 200. And run now. I will try to write a essay on tree. Correct? That's what I mentioned. Okay, let's try. So now let us assign a tree. Now let's see. Okay, let us assign a tree. Feel free to see. Let's see. It should stop at output length of 200 tokens. Okay. So that way, let's see. So it will see he's given only small. So it is given approximately 500 because the token size was 200. Now if I say at least make it, let's say 70. Okay, I will try to regenerate. Now see. Okay, now see. It will going to reduce to 70. See, it stopped. Can you see? It stopped. They stand as a silent stop. Why? Because the output length is 70. So at 70, I'm stopping it. Okay, that is important. This is how it works. Output token. You can control it. You might ask, it is already stopped. Actually, there's a way to do it in the track. So within that, you need to tell that it's not go to this. When I have a prompt template properly, I have the prompt. I'll show you when you go with the RAG, when building a RAG. Actually, I will tell you what is RAG and build, and then you can understand. Okay, for now, this is what output token is. Okay, you can do that way, and this is how the total count token is happened. If you see the gamma, it is only 0 and 1, like gamma model. Gamma model is only 0 and model, and it's a 1 billion parameter. And if you see the cost is 0, it's free because it's open source. You can go and download and you can use it. It's free. The rate limit is free. Okay, this is how it works about the temperature control. Okay, with this I want to tell one more thing. So earlier, if you go back, I will talk about one thing at a very high level. I want to talk about this. So what are the things we talk about agentic? Currently everybody talks about agents, AI agents, and all those, right? Now let's understand briefly what is this agent is. Let's understand the agent and what is function tool calling, and then we'll stop it there. Then we'll talk about what is MCP and all those in the next coming video. So I don't want to put everything into the one slide and not to bore you. So let's go back to sorry, where is that my Photoshop? Sorry, okay, yeah, not a web. I need a Photoshop. Yeah, I just will show you how actually this is work and how actually evolved actually. Okay, 2 years before, if you go, let me get a new file, go to this one, create. So if you go 2 years before 175, let me put 150. So if you go 2 years back, right, the LM as to this, the LLM is called a ChatGPT or whatever it is now, we call large language model. What is to do, it will only, you can chat and get the data. Okay, you can chat and get the data only up to the trained, last train. See, this is December. Say, for example, this is trained from December 2024. Sorry, the 20, this 2024 or 2024. Okay. Suppose say 2024 it is trained. Okay. So data from January to June is not available. Like for example, recently the AI crash happened. So that AI means not that Air India, what I'm talking about. So that information, what is happening in Ahmedabad, it won't get the data. Why it is not been trained? You won't get the news of latest. You won't get the current weather. Okay, those kind of are not possible. So what they did 2 years back to extend the functionality, they called something called function calling. They call a function calling was introduced. Okay. What is function calling? So that LLM can go out and call a function like weather API or news thing. Okay, weather API, do a call, get the output, and get back to the user. Because it's not been trained, because only different code, they introduce a function calling to talk to it. Could be talk to your SQL database if you have anything, if you have anything. Actually, also we call the same also tools. We call it tools, another word. They're called tools. So you write the tool, you write it the tool, so that you can connect to your database. It could be a SQL database or MySQL or MongoDB or Graph or anything database to chat and get back the data, or called the weather API also. So I will show you examples here. It won't work. Let's go back to Gamma model. Okay, I will now what I will do. I will do one more chat. I will ask what is the current weather in Bangalore. Okay, current Bangalore. It might not answer. It won't answer because it doesn't know. Actually, I'm sorry, so I cannot provide you real-time information. Okay, so you're asking me go to Google weather and everything. Fine. Now let's go back to chat. Let's do the function calling now. So let's go back to the model 2.5 Pro latest. Now what I will do, I'll scroll down here. I will enable the function calling here. So the functions I don't have, so I don't have function. Then what I will do, I will do the grounding with the Google search. So this should help me to get the temperature. Okay, now I'll ask, what is the current temperature in Bangalore? Okay, forget about spelling, it doesn't matter. So now you should be able to, because I am a tool calling, this is the tool calling, nothing else. This other tool, see, can you see your tools? See the tools. So exerting, now it is exerting Bangalore temperature. So it's going and getting the temperature, and I got see the temperature. It went and got my current temperature here to the weather. See how? Because this was function calling. I enabled the function calling it to. This was getting improved. This was not there 2 years back. It was not there. So that's the first step they did. Okay. Another second one thing. Okay, this is the first step. What first happened? This is the first evolution happened actually. Okay, this is the first evolution. Next came what? Something interesting came. I will show you one. Next, let's go to the custom. So something interesting came. The next, what happened is last year, I think last 1.5 year back, if I remember correctly. So this is doing first okay. Function calling is done, fine, we are happy, but there is one problem. So if you might have faced this actually. If you ask a write a program, say snake game. If I write a snake game, or if you ask a program, okay, what if I ask, it would have got the program back. Okay, then what you will do? So this is you, this is a person you, okay, this is you, this is LLM, okay, this is your editor, VS Code or whatever the code editor it is. So you ask a question or write a program, it used to give the program, then you go back and copy paste here and try to run it. So sometimes it's got failed, compilation error key. So what you will do? You take the feedback, what are the error, you take it and give it back to here. Then it will tell, okay, I made a mistake, it will try to correct and give it to you. Okay, then you run. So this cycles keep on continuous. This cycle keep on continuous until iteration will keep on continuous until you got a proper output, right? You have to do and fro to copy here, copy paste, and to. So this was something what people thought is tedious. So that's why there's something called a reasoning or an agent was coming to picture. That's why they introduced an agent called reasoning model. So instead of asking questions, simply give the answer, think and answer. Let's think. Let the agent show directly. That's the DeepSeek. See, that is where the DeepSeek. If you heard about DeepSeek, that's what it does. So the DeepSeek model, okay, the DeepSeek R1, you had heard about this. So those are and GPT is 4.0, those are reasoning model. Means it won't answer directly. And Gemini 2.4, what you see. So it won't immediately give the answer. It won't give immediately. It will go, so do the thinking mode. It will think and do the research. Okay, thought, and then it will come. So those are called one of agents. We call those are the agentic actually. So the agent won't directly give the answer. It thinks and does. Or they call reasoning models. Otherwise, they call reasoning model. So that's how it happens. So if you have an agentic enable, this won't happen. What happened if I ask for write a program? What it will do? It goes. Okay. So let's see if what happened if it is agent. Okay. We'll go back here. We'll go to 150. So if you do the agentic, what happens? So it does automatically for you. You don't have to do anything. So this is LLM. You are LLM with agentic reasoning is enabled, and you are the person chat. You ask the question. What it does simply goes and it thinks. The agent not only thinks, it will execute your code. It will execute your code and test it. Test. If you found any correct any wrong, then it goes back automatically, compiles. Once you get the proper output, you will get back the output. So all this automation is done on behalf of you is called agent. Okay, this is called agent. Just remember, if you go back to 10-20 years back when there's no internet and much, if you want to get a passport, if you want to get your driving lessons, there is some person agent outside sitting there, right, in your office, or at your office or everything, where you give your documents, everything, give some commission or money, he will do on behalf of you. You will go to the required department, get the sign done, and you will get it done. Correct? For license, if you get a license for example, to everything. So if you get a passport, you just give them a passport, your copy, your income tax documents, your original PAN card, and all those stuff with you. You will go there, and they used to do all the job on behalf of you with the commission, and you will do this. Only you have to go to the interview. That's it. Go back and interview and come back. But he does all the hard work of filling the form and all the stuff. He will the job is. So those are agent. What is agent? Somebody or something behalf of you do. Something you've done is called agent. That's called personal agent. The software agent is nothing but where you do a book my show. For example, if you want to book a ticket, you will go sitting in at home. you book the tickets, right? You're not going to the direct go to the PVR cinemas or any other cinema. You go there and book the cinema and come back and next day want the movie. Correct? You won't do that. You do it. So software, that is a software agent actually acting in the picture. That is doing the job way of you sitting at home, right at home. Similarly, the agent, whatever it earlier, previously, if you see what you did, we used to go like this, go back, do all this, you have to copy paste everything. All this work, mundane work is given to the AI, the agent. This is called the agent. The agent dubs for you, will the correct it and give the final answer. Okay, this is about the software agent, or a, we call it not a software, it's called AI agents. This is nothing but AI agent. Okay, this is nothing but AI agents. Okay, now we can see agentic AI and everything. So let's come to that. So I'm just briefly explaining at the top level what is and everything. Okay, just you want to know what's when people somebody talk about AI agent, you should not be like, what is this agent? What is it? You should not be like. Okay, remember how it got evolved from function calling to AI agent. Okay, with this, let me talk about one more thing. Okay, what is it agentic AI? Okay, we'll do the agentic AI and stop it there. For this, we'll explain the RAG in the next video. By the way, we'll go deep into the RAG and everything. This is something talked about every video. Now, agentic AI. Now, what is agentic AI? Now, let's see this example. What is agentic AI is? So, say if you joined a new organization, right? Suppose say you joined a new organization. There will be an IT department separately, maybe HR department, correct? There will be finance department where you talk about PF and all this. Finance team is there. Facilities is there for you to look after your food and everything, right? So on and so, right? Okay, with these other things. And also onboarding. Suppose you have a separate called onboarding process. Apart from this, you have onboarding process that what to learn. Suppose you are working on some of the software, anything like AWS or everything, you have to understand the product, right? The product source code, where it is there, source code, and all so many things are there, right? Maybe in Confluence page or somewhere it will be there. So as soon as you joined, but the problem is that first time you joined, you take some time to understand who are the IT people, you get the laptop, you get the installation, who are your HR people, you give the document, you sign the formalities, and the finance department is there. So initially it will take some time to understand who is the person to contact for finance, whom to contact my PF, and who to contact my facility, who to contact IT. Correct? This is what the problem. The one solution for this problem, what they can do, we can create a RAG. We'll talk about RAG. What is a table arguments and data? But let's high level. We can create a RAG. Okay, something called a RAG means we'll take the data of all the financial information, HR, IT, and what are the confluence. We'll create a RAG. Okay, and we'll connect it to the LLM. Okay, we'll give knowledge to the LLM, and we'll create a small chatbot. Okay, one small chatbot. So anybody new join can quickly check what is HR policies and whom to contact for this kind of thing. So my PF is not been, so whom to contact. All this can chat and get the data from the RAG, because we have been taken the documents from all this source and we make it a one big RAG. Okay, to this one. Okay, to the output. So this is fine, but there's a problem. So who maintains this? Who maintains this RAG system of all the faculty, finance, HR, and IT? Correct, right? So this is also to change. See, this is not a software. It's like a monolithic. If you have another software technology, it's a monolithic. Monolithic means all your functionality, everything put in one single thing. So it's not the right way or good way to do it. So what is the problem? How to solve this problem? Okay. So what about if I do like this way? Let me change the color slightly. Okay. We'll change the color. What about if I do like this way? Instead of having this, let's ask the IT team to create a separate track. Okay. Separate RAG. Ask HR team to create a separate RAG. At finance team, we create a separate RAG. At faculty team, to create a separate RAG. Then we create a agent here. We'll create a agent, a robotic agent. Okay, we'll create something agent here. The agent will talk to this RAG, okay, and give it out output. Okay, just create an agent and leave it. Just simply creates an agent. There is no RAG here. Then for a chatbot, what we'll do, we'll create one agent, user-facing agent. Okay, that directly chatbot, that agent actually communicate to these agents. Okay, that agent communicates to these agents. Okay, we'll make it simple. Now what will happen? Now each maintain, it's like a microservice-based architecture, right? We are now HR have a separate RAG and finance department. They will take all them. They will maintain any new documents update. They will take care. Unless you have big instead of a big RAG and putting all the stuff there, so they will update and keep the policy up to date. We have a multiple agent and one more agent. So when a user asks the question, the agent will route to the proper agent and get back to the output. So this is called, what we design is called agentic AI. Again, I'm telling in very high level. Okay, we'll go depth in. We call this is called agentic AI architecture. See how it is evolved over the time. Earlier we don't have agentic AI and all this stuff. Okay, we had RAG and we used to do it, and then we got agentic AI. So by this we can have different LLM actually. For example, it can see if your IT department, if fine-tuned in MM, you can have a small LLM, it won't cost you much, or you can build your RAG on premises also. We can each agent can have a different LLM actually. Okay, we'll fine-tune one. If you have financial data, if you have suppose if you are coming in a financial company or healthcare, you can have separate fine-tuned LLM and talk to that agent actually. By this very way, you can segregate the things, make the life easier, and also to maintain our agent will communication will happen. This is nothing but agentic AI. Okay, this and you have heard about A to A. That's agent to agent. So if you want agent to agent communicate, we need some protocol. It's just a protocol to talk this agent to that agent. We all will cover in the next video. But for now, let's understand what is token. You understand what is temperature settings. You understand prompt engineering. You understood what are the pain point of having the previous one like this going here and the going here. And what you understand what is function calling, and also we're going a pain point of copy pasting here when to make it. Then we are what is called reasoning agent happen into picture, and what are agents where it actually does for all the things work, and you understood what is agentic AI. So understand this is further enough for this video. In the next video, we'll go deep into the RAG and vector DB. We'll go bit next. We'll go to the graph database and graph DB. And coming video, we'll talk about how we can bridge and create a one small RAG out of it. We'll understand more on that. Then we'll talk about A to A MCP. We'll go step by step. We'll cover. Okay, we'll try to the I think for today's, I think this is what I had to cover. So if you're not watched previous video, please watch the previous video. I have a basic one. So this kind of concludes the today's one, and thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and like it, and also give a thumbs up, and also share the video so that other people can also understand. With this, I'm concluding the video. Thank you very much.